Well, my friend Mike Farmer has done a brilliant job of showing we have a profit problem. You're probably all convinced. If that doesn't convince you, I don't know what will. But what I'd like to do is explore with you, what do we do about that? Certainly the workload problem is a big part of it. I'd like to explore that from a slightly different angle. And let's imagine you come into work in the morning and you discover that your margins aren't what they should be. You've got various levers to pull. This is the work of a recent McKinsey study. And so we could do something about our fixed costs. We could try and better control our variable costs. We could encourage our new business people to go out and do a better job of bringing in more accounts. That's volume. Or we could improve our pricing. Let's look at the effects that improving these various things would have on your profit margins. If we reduce our fixed costs by 1%, we can improve our profits by 3%. So yeah, it does help. If we reduce some salaries or do a staff reduction, does that help? Sure, we can improve our profit by 4% if we improve our fixed costs by 1%. What about more business? So that seems to always be the panacea, isn't it? Let's just go get more accounts. That does help, and it helps better than cost cutting, which is important to note. That's a 7% improvement. But look what happens when we pull that pricing lever. We improve our profit by 11%. Guys, there is nothing that we can do that is more powerful and more potent in improving our margins than improving our pricing and being more effective at our pricing. How do we do that? When I use the word pricing, I do not mean costing. Because I'm a career agency professional, I've spent my life in this business. I'm agency principal turned consultant, and I spent a lot of my years in doing what you do, not really pricing, but costing. We add up the amount of time we think something will take, and we turn that into a price that is not pricing. When you think about a definition for these two things, a price is really the value to the buyer, isn't it? That's what pricing is. Costing is us evaluating what our internal expense will be to provide a particular service. That's pretty different. You think about costing, that can be done on a calculator or a spreadsheet. That's part of the reason we like it because it looks precise. It's easy. We can build formulas into it. Pricing is a different thing. It's much more of a judgment, isn't it? It's the art part of the finance function inside agencies. You could think of costing as being fairly tactical. A lot of people can do it. It's production people are good at this. It's a tactical exercise. Pricing, that is a strategic level decision that must be centralized. I'll get into that a little bit later, and must be done by people who know what they're doing. Because I would submit that most of us are very good at costing. We've learned costing. We've been trained in costing. How many of us have ever really been trained in pricing? Is pricing a core competence of the agency in the same way that costing is?